evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. This is your official welcome to Hungry for Life. This is the annual gala fundraiser. If you're milling about chatting with people, we'll ask you to find your seat, and we're going to get our program started. This is awesome. We're here. We're together. Give yourselves a round of applause. This is great. I can't believe it. I got to be honest. It's been a minute, and it's a little weird for me. How many of you have been tuning in over the last 3 years online? Anybody tuning in online? Well, yeah, that's great. This has been a very special event for me because I've been the host. My name is Cliff. Been hosting this event for maybe the last 5 or 6 years, but the last 3 years have been online, which means it's just me, all by myself on stage with cameras. And there'd always be a little pizza social beforehand with the tech crew. There'd be pizza and all the attention, just me. And now you're here, and there's no pizza. I hold you personally responsible. It's all right. I got my invitation in the mail, which I was really excited about. I circled very carefully. We're serving light appetizers. Light appetizers, which means that you should not come here hungry. That was not to do. But now I saw some people ravishing the appetizers, which I appreciate them doing. But we're here, it's hungry for life. Not hungry for food. Our theme tonight is drop in a bucket. And that means it's a small amount compared to what is actually needed. So again, if you came needing a meal, it's a drop in a bucket. If you're getting full tonight on the appetizers, you're doing it wrong. That's all I wanted to say. But for those, there's actually people tuning in online as well. I won't whine about food anymore because you get nothing. I see you, and we're happy you're here. We're happy you're here. This feels especially weird. Now, when you're on a stage and there's just cameras, looking into a camera makes sense because you have to. But when there's people all around you and then you're staring into a camera and you feel all the bodies around you, this feels strange. So as I engage with you, fine folks at home, please know that makes me feel weird and everyone else around me feel weird. So be thankful. I need you to feel thankful for that. That would be good. A drop in the bucket, again, is the theme. A drop in the bucket. The needs are greater than the resources. And that can be overwhelming, especially as we hear some of the stories tonight. That can feel overwhelming. But that never stopped, Jesus, fish and loaves, feeding thousands. That's what he did. And so we can't let ourselves become overwhelmed. Does anyone remember what happened last year around this time? What was that? Flood, yeah, right. Good times, right? We were supposed to be at Yarrow Church, and then we had to film at Chilliwack. I had an event in Abbotsford that I almost had to fly to because there was no road. That was wild. But what happened is that even though the resources were limited, when we worked together and we had faith, we kind of overcame those things, and we're still continuing to overcome those things. So what I'd like to do is this is like a little, to be at one with the water. We're going to do something to be at one with the water to make sure we don't experience that again. This is a Yarrow ritual we're about to do. This is how me and my people protect from future flooding. So when I'm in front of you doing this action, I need you to do what I'm doing and keep it going until I change the action. So I'm going to look at you folks over here, all right? I'm going to start doing this, okay? Only if I'm in front of you. So you do this, but talking isn't part of it. And you keep it going. You guys keep rubbing your hands like that. Now I'm in front of you. Yeah. And I can see if you're not doing it. Shh. Thank you. Get the baby. Yeah. Oh, I'm not at you, ma'am, yet. Good job, everyone. You did it. You made it rain. Now we need you to make it rain with your money. Yo, what? It's all good. I'm out of breath. I'm 46. Just a little while ago, I drove my kid to basketball in Langley, and I went for a walk to a coffee shop to kill time to work, and then I walked back, and then I drove home from Langley to Yarrow, and I got out of the van, and I couldn't walk. There's a massager in the silent auction, and that would help you. I'm so out of shape. I'm just tired, and my vision is getting weird. This is not part of the program. I'm just trying to be honest with what's going on. Okay, that's good. So anyway, it was a bad time. It was a dark time. It was a sucky time. We all know that. I experienced evacuation for the first time, but we went to a friend's house that took us in, and it was like kind of awesome. We had a great time. My kids were like, "This is the best evacuation ever. We should get evacuated more often." But we also didn't experience damage. We were fine. We just didn't have roots out, and that was no big deal. But the level of devastation and damage all the way across, it just got worse and worse and worse. And so, but we all came together. And then we also learned things about ourselves that we could actually come together and make those things happen. And even with this whole online thing we're talking about with the folks at home, we had to learn new skills to be able to engage and to be able to communicate. So we learned new skills, and then all of a sudden, we're able to make it more accessible. We're able to make an event more accessible to those people who maybe have health issues or who are sick or geographically, maybe you're way across the country or in another country. We want to make you feel welcome. And maybe you just hate people. Maybe you just didn't want to see anyone. Maybe you know some of the people in the room and you know their character is really low and they don't always shower and I understand that, and that's why we learned those skills. So that made a bad thing into a good thing. So that's a really great thing. So anyway, we overcame by faith, and we overcame together. So we have a full night for you tonight. Many stories, many updates, so many ways to give, so many generous people here tonight. All of you here already, you're very generous. Thank you for being here. But I want to highlight our sponsors real quick. Those who have underwritten all the costs to make tonight's event possible. Vetter Transport, woo, yeah. They're milk trucks and so much more. RBC, the Royal Bank of Canada, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you'd be sponsoring tonight, or I would have thought twice when I switched to Envision. I'm sorry about that. It was a geographical decision, nothing personal. SPP, aka Summit Pacific Properties. Yeah, those guys. We got Nick Dirksen, Scott Street, and Braden Lippert, who make up that construction real estate conglomerate. They went into real estate and property development and like construction and stuff, but originally they wanted to be a boy band. That was so. Nick's my favorite. So handsome. Look, Nick, do you have a moment? Just stand up. Look at him. He's just too. No, sorry, you don't have to do that. Don't want to put you. You gave us your money. You don't have to give us your pride too. Okay, sorry, my bad. Westbow Construction. Westbow gives back. That's their foundation. Yeah. Positively impacting 1 million lives. They develop and do construction in Chilliwack and Saskatchewan. That's it. One city and one province, Like, would you build something in Lloydminster? It's like, well, maybe. Like, what part? Okay, anyway. Gary Bars, Farm and Family Real Estate. Gary Bars. He used to sell hay, but now he makes hay, helping you buy the farm. That's a euphemism for dying. Okay. Hey, Gary, have you heard of eFarmony? It's the new country dating service. eFarmony. Hey, have you heard about it? Okay, all right. Sorry. I hate myself a little bit now for doing that. Here's how you give tonight. Givergy, it's an online thing. Some people are having trouble logging in. Sorry. It's technology, and we love it and we hate it. And if you're mad about it, so this is what we need you to do. If who's having trouble logging in, just put up your hand. Don't yell. Don't scream. Oh, everyone's fine. Okay, good. So anyway, if you are having trouble logging in, just use a different email address. Or there's a couple of people who are working here with iPads. iPad people, can you hold up your iPads? Where's the iPad people? That's you. Oh, that's you. Okay, more. I need more. Can I give them more? Here, stand up and show them your face. Yeah, that guy, that's an iPad person. He's the only one that showed himself. So if you have a problem, he's your guy. What's your name? Ruben. And this is for iPad issues. If you have trouble with your marriage or parenting or financial decisions, trust me, Ruben is not your guy, okay? He knows nothing. He's 13 years old, okay? He's really good with an iPad, and that is it. Okay. So, but that's Givergy. And it's really easy. When you go to buy something, you have to click buy, like buy now. You have to click that button, but that doesn't make you buy it. It's confusing because you hit the button buy now, and that'll take you to another screen, and it's going to say buy now. You hit it again, but you're not buying it yet. What it's doing, it's taking the item and putting it into the cart, taking it out of the inventory so they know that you're going to get it. And then at the end of the night, it's going to prompt you to pay, and then you hit the pay button, and then you're in all the way. Okay, but you buy it, then you buy it again. That's 2 buys. And then at the end of the night, you'll pay. You see the difference? Buy, pay. 2 buys, stop, and wait to pay. Okay, I think that's clear. So there's a few ways. Again, we're raising money today. We're going to be playing a game of heads and tails later, which is a lot of fun, but you got to buy a pen. Pens are $25. The more pens you have, the more opportunities you have to play. We'll be like flipping a coin. I'm going to say, heads or tails, and then you put your hands on your tail or you put your hands on your head. And then if it's the coin says heads and your hands on your head's great, but if it's on tails and your hands on your head, then you're out unless you have a pen that buys you another life. We'll explain it again later, but just buy lots of pens because the more pens you have, you can win. The prize, which is a helicopter ride in a helicopter. A helicopter ride in anything else would be very upsetting. But it's for up to 3 people, so buy pens and play. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a silent auction. Speaking of flying, you could learn how to fly with Jason Kroll, right? You guys know Jason? He's a really good pilot, and he will teach you. He'll give you a lesson of how to fly. I wanted to do it, but then some guy named Crump. Is there a Crump in the room? He outbid me, so I don't know who Mr. Crump is, but I'm not a fan of you. But I hope you enjoy your lesson if you win. So see Crump there in his smug face? You're competing with him. Okay, I'm sure you're nice. I'm sure you are. You ruined my life, but I'm sure there's other people who like you. That's it. So yeah, do that. There's other ones. Pizza night in Abbotsford, Italian style, al forno, which means to the oven. I don't know, is it a brick oven? Like it's a fire oven? Okay, so that's like al fuego. So it's al forno, al fuego. Oh, fantastico. All right, so that would be fun for like 8 people, I think. 10 people. Wreath making, this is the one with numbers. Up to 8 people. They'll travel between Langley and Hope, which is, and then you can make wreaths, which is a great way to highlight the holidays and the festive season, make everyone feel happy. Funny thing, last year I got a card from my mom. Like, I'm not a super big fan of Christmas. I don't want to go into all the details. I have a therapist for that. Only $150 a month, which actually is pretty good. Because it's actually, by doing that once a month, it saves me half of everything I own. It's my discount midlife crisis, guys. Medication and therapy is way cheaper than alimony. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. In prayer, you gotta pray too. I do all things through prayer and medication, okay? And there's no shame. There's no shame anymore, all right? We have to, this is it. We're doing it. Science and God, they work together. Okay, good. That was more information. That's the problem with someone that's struggling emotionally, is that they give more information to people than they should. So my mom wrote me a card for Christmas, and it said, thinking of you during this difficult time. But like, she was like the flooding and all that stuff, but it's just like, I just, on its own, out of context, I'm like, yeah, Christmas sucks. Thanks, Mom. Okay, good. Photos to capture all the memories. Actually, this is awesome because there's 10 feature photos taken from her staff, from this staff, from recent trips, and that'll be meaningful art to have in your home. So Ukraine trips. I'm not sure where other trips. Is all Ukraine photos? Or are there photos from other places too? Dave? Other places too. Like, give me an example. Okay. Chilliwack in Saskatchewan. Perfect. So they're really, really meaningful photos, which will probably be nicer than some of the tacky stuff you currently have. So you should do that. The live auction, which is going to happen later, trips, Sasquatch, 4 nights in a beautiful home in Sasquatch, Shoe Swap, Seattle Seahawks trip, Soyuz trip. There's a handyman for a day trip, Appy night for 16 people, and priceless art from the Ukraine. And transitioning here really quick, that is one of the major focuses of tonight is the Ukraine. Everything that's happening there, the struggle, the strife, but as well the hope and the opportunity. And so with that in mind, I'd love you to turn your attention to the screen, and we're going to play our very first video of the night. Thank you.
We envision a world transformed by a global movement of compassion and justice, evidenced by the eradication of needless suffering. There is a want to help, from people here to the people overseas. The King will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." It can seem overwhelming in that your donation is just a drop in a bucket, but at Hungry for Life, we walk alongside people here in North America and people overseas to help their visions and passions come to fruition. And what we do can be hard to explain, so let me tell you a story. This is a tale of two hungers, one blatant and upfront, and one not so easily discerned, hidden under the surface. The physical hunger is one we've all seen, from the streets of our town to places we've visited halfway around the globe, the lack of schools and the lack of tools, a place without water or proper hygiene. But he who lacks in food and shelter often make up for it in friends and helpers. And though there is so little to go around, greed does not thrive here. From deep within is a strength, a spiritual fire that burns without falter. The other is a spiritual hunger, a yearning for more desire, more fire within, something that can't quite be grasped, not well understood how to attain, yet is eternally important. It might be manifested in greed and complacency, a searching that is satisfied through individualism and a sense of loss felt in moral confusion. But it isn't obvious. It slips through the cracks and weeds its way into lies. Every day, it becomes normal. And yet, there is hope for both. One needs food and the other gratitude. By taking each other by the hand, both can flourish. Has not God chosen those who are poor in the eyes of the world to be rich in faith and to inherit the kingdom he promised those who love him? And God will generously provide all you need. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others. As the scriptures say, they share freely and give generously to the poor. Their good deeds will be remembered forever. We all know that these two hungers can be fed by anybody. But with a guide, these needs can be met with an even greater effectiveness. For a visual, let's use a bucket. The bucket can be filled with all your hopes, your dreams, your goals, and the resources made available to make those succeed. It could be wells, schools, gardens, or building homes. That is only one part of the puzzle, though. There's a whole other world out there with wisdom, ideas, and knowledge of their own. And so, another bucket. And the process happens again with it being filled with hopes and goals. and there are guides along the way to help focus each side to make their goals attainable and powerful. Next is to learn how each one of these groups want to accomplish their ideas in the bucket. Would a Canadian farm system work effectively in Haiti? Are materials we use to build homes here in North America even available in Africa? And do our methods transfer functionally or practically in a different climate, a different culture? And that is where international partners come in. The person that is part of the community who knows best how to guide in someone from the outside. How to be more effective, what connects with people, which people need the most help, or who in the community would be best suited for a job. So, 2 buckets, 1 goal. We envision a world transformed by a global movement of compassion and justice, evidenced by the eradication of...
Just in case you forgot our vision statement, we wanted to play it again. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to being in person. We are thrilled that you're all here, and we're thrilled to be back in the place which hosted the very first and second Hungry for Life event. For those of you who are new to Hungry for Life, my name is Dave Blundell, and I am one of the leaders at the organization. We want to thank you for coming. We're so excited to be in person again. This is our 19th, and this is our biggest in-person event yet. So thank you. I want to thank you for supporting HFL over the last 2, yeah, let's celebrate that. We really want to thank you also for supporting Hungry for Life over the last 2 years when this event went online. As with most businesses and organizations, we were more than a little concerned about how this would affect the event. And thankfully, the virtual event, as Cliff said, had more people attend and raised more money each year because of the scope and the reach. And for those of you who have joined us online tonight, thank you also for watching and participating from wherever you are in the world. First of all, we have somebody who has come every year since the beginning, and she's constantly mad with me that this is on her birthday. Leslie, where is she even at the table? Where's Leslie? Oh, happy birthday. We all showed up for your party. Table 29, go give her a hug, give her a clap, yeah. Don't complain anymore. I'd like to introduce you to another special guest with us tonight who was a kid in our youth group when I was a youth pastor a few years ago. Member of Parliament Mark Strahl is with us tonight. Let's welcome Mark. He and this other kid, Chad Martz, were quite a handful at times, but it seems they both turned out fairly well. Mr. Strahl honored Chad, Mary, and the HFL team in the House of Commons about a month into the conflict in Ukraine, and I'd love to share this powerful statement with you of that day.
When Russia invaded Ukraine, Chilliwack-based Hungry for Life International sprang into action, using their local knowledge, network, and team in Ukraine to provide humanitarian aid to those directly impacted by the war. The Hungry for Life team, led by Chilliwack's own Chad Martz and his wife Mary, a Ukrainian national, has already provided food and shelter to thousands of people there. Since the invasion, they've purchased and distributed over 400 tons of food to those in need. Their team has made hundreds of trips into conflict zones to deliver critical aid to those who cannot escape. They partnered with local churches to provide shelter to thousands of refugees fleeing the violence. To date, Hungry for Life has raised over $1.5 million for their Ukrainian relief efforts, and the need continues to grow. On behalf of the people of Chilliwack Hope and this entire house, to Chad and Mary and everyone at Hungry for Life, we thank you for the incredible, life-saving work you are doing for the people in Ukraine.
Mark, I want to thank you for honoring this incredible team at such an incredible time in our history. With all that we were going through in those early days of the response, your statement in the House and MLA Padden's statement in the legislature boosted our entire group. So thank you so much for speaking up for us and representing us. How many of you, is this your first time at a Hungry for Life in-person event? Awesome. Awesome. I'd like to start with setting the context or reminding everyone why this event is so vital to HFL. Why are we here tonight? It's quite simple. Without this evening each year, we wouldn't exist. It's really that simple. 20 years ago, the founding staff and board made a huge commitment that 100% of project funds raised would go to projects. Because HFL exists to facilitate opportunities. We connect churches, schools, businesses, and community groups from Canada to projects all over the world. We act as the middleman, a facilitation function between groups here and groups all around the world. We don't have our own projects. We work with local leaders. We don't raise money in the conventional sense. As we engage groups from here, they raise funds for all the projects. And 20 years ago, all of these groups said, we need an organization to help with the how we engage around the world to have the best impact. And for this new model to be successful, we knew that we would need a different funding model. Also, a mistrust of charities still exists today, partly because of the question, how much really gets there? All of this led to the founding team to make the commitment that 100% of projects would go to projects. Of course, every charity has operational costs, and the core of the charity needs to be helpful and healthy in order for us to have the kind of impact that we want to have. We wouldn't be able to grow, and that's not a good thing because our vision is a world transformed. To live out the 100% commitment, all the staff raise their personal support to cover their salaries, and this event contributes to about 50% of our operating costs each year. This event is the foundation that fuels Hungry for Life. Because of this commitment, HFL grew quickly. We removed major obstacles to global engagement for these groups. And the 100% role played a pivotal role in the Ukraine response over the last 8 months. In much of the media over the last year, it was constantly communicated that 100% of funds given to projects in Ukraine would be used to feed, clothe, and shelter those who were displaced. Chad will tell you more about this later. Many organizations, foundations, and other aid agencies partnered with HFL because we had boots on the ground, we had the capacity to respond, and because they could tell their constituencies that 100% of the funds given to the projects there would go to the projects. This event, while this event doesn't support any one project, it enables all of the projects to happen, currently in about 15 countries. In 2003, at our home, we banged up some walls in our annually flooding basement, HFL's first office. While the paint was still wet, I went downstairs after the kids were in bed. I sat at my desk and I wondered, what do we do now? Then I heard little feet in my son's bedroom. Then heard little footsteps down the hall. Then footsteps down the stairs. He was about 5 at the time. And he peeked around the corner into my new office. And from behind his back, he pulled a little sock weighed down with a bunch of coins. He put it on my desk and he said, would this help? It's just like 5 loaves and 2 fish. It was a drop in the bucket. But look what God did with it. Since then, more than $42 million has been raised to support projects around the world, operations, and HFL staff. And because of our model, over the past 19 years, every dollar given at this event tonight becomes $7 of field impact around the world from the groups that raise monies for projects. Many tonight have given to support staff, the Ukraine, probably multiple times. Other projects, your churches, your organizations, and we want to thank you for all of that. And could you help us reach our goal of $250,000? And as Cliff said, here are some ways to do that. Many of you know the silent auctions happening all week. Thank you for bidding. You can get a head start on all of your Christmas shopping. We'll have a live event later. If you get outbid on an auction item, for example, please consider picking up one of the tabs of our operational expenses for that amount. We have tabs from $25 to $2,000. And any of the items you pick up, you'll get a full tax receipt for that. If you go to the Givergy menu, you'll see pick up the tab button, and you can see various, frankly, boring things that allow us to keep the lights on. And you can also go behind that wall, and there's tabs there, and if you scan the code on those tabs, it will take you to where you can pick that up. Also, donation forms that are just on the table. Feel free to use those to just make a donation. So, again, before this evening gets going, thank you. And of course, let's give thanks to God, who is the source of all things. Let's pray. We are full of thanks, Father, for these people, for the things you've called us to, for the amazing things you've done just in this area of the world since this time last year. Thank you for bringing so many people through that time and to continue to give them the strength to continue to grow and move on. And for all of the things that our hearts are connected to around the world tonight, God, we pray that you would pour out your Spirit on all of those places, all of those partners, and all of those people. We give you the glory and the honor in the results of tonight in Jesus' name. Amen.
The buckets are just the start. Empty them out and see people's hearts. One dream here, the other there. What works well? How would each bucket see the most benefit? Matching people here with people overseas, let's line up the best fit to make these dreams a reality. Now that the plan is set up, we move to the next step. Let's start feeding these two hungers and see the effect of those drops in the bucket. Your heart in your hands, ready to serve and be filled. And fundraising is the next part, along with culture orientation, preparation for a team trip, and the meeting of two worlds. This is where the rubber meets the road. Building relationships in person and feeding those hungers, coming in with resources and humility to learn from each other and lessen our spiritual fragility. Stepping on that plane, feeling it take off, your world disappears beneath you and you prepare your mind for something new. The plane lands and you step off into a grassy airstrip. This is it. This is where that talk becomes the walk. Ideas become actions. This is where the two stories become one. Introductions are made and accommodations are set. Those ideas that were placed into those buckets are coming to life. Gardens being planted, homes being built, classes being taught, connections are made, home visits are happening, and that hunger is slowly being fed, the physical and the spiritual. You can see it in their faces and the way they act. Changes are being made out in the open and deep within to see what a difference your small drop in the bucket is making in another's life. The buckets are just the start. Empty them out and see people's hearts. One dream here, the other there. What works well? How would each bucket see the most benefit? Matching people here with people overseas, let's line up the best fit to make these dreams a reality. Now that the plan is set up, we move to the next step. Let's start feeding these two hungers and see the effect of those drops in the bucket. Your heart in your hands, ready to serve and be filled. And fundraising is the next part, along with culture orientation, preparation for a team trip, and the meeting of two worlds. This is where the rubber meets the road. Building relationships in person and feeding those hungers, coming in with resources and humility to learn from each other and lessen our spiritual fragility. Stepping on that plane, feeling it take off, your world disappears beneath you and you prepare your mind for something new. The plane lands and you step off into a grassy airstrip. This is it. This is where that talk becomes the walk. Ideas become actions. This is where the two stories become one. Introductions are made and accommodations are set. Those ideas that were placed into those buckets are coming to life. Gardens being planted, homes being built, classes being taught, connections are made, home visits are happening, and that hunger is slowly being fed, the physical and the spiritual. You can see it in their faces and the way they act. Changes are being made out in the open and deep within to see what a difference your small drop in the bucket is making in another's life. The buckets are just the start.
Pick up the tab.
The buckets are just the start.
There's a hole in my bucket. Dear Liza, there's a hole in my bucket. Dear Liza, a hole. Let's not do that. It's the worst song ever of all times. But we're about to take a shopping break for you to peruse on your phone again to see what's available. When I was talking about that buy, pay situation, that's for the buy it now items that we're going to see in a little bit. Dave already mentioned the pick up the tab, heat, banking, postage, security, all those things. But there's also the teacher's gifts and buy it now. And I think Kelly has a slide for us to see there where you can see the screen with the buy it now items. And yeah. So you can do that. Look, there it is. So there's all these different gifts that you can buy, and then when you buy one of those, you just press buy, and then you press buy, and then you pay at the end. But look at that, necklace, stocking stuffer, candles, mugs, bags from the Middle East. This is great for teachers or, just people that you like. And you know what? The best way to do sometimes is give something nice to someone you don't like. And then maybe that'll make your interactions in the future better. So that's just a thought. Also, to the folks that are watching at home, you can participate in the silent auction as well. We would love you to participate, and you can buy the items. You just need to pick them up from the Chilliwack office by the 20th. So if you're in Ontario and you can't make it by the 20th, maybe you can send some extra for shipping. But if you don't make it to pick it up, then it just goes back into the silent auction for next year. So we would love you to participate, and we'd also probably even love it if you don't come pick it up, because then it's extra value for that item. But no, we'd love you to participate as well. We're very happy you're here. So we're going to let you go. We're going to let you go and let you participate in the shopping. There's still more dessert out there for those of you who didn't get some earlier. We'd love you to connect with your friends. Also, the pens are for sale. Buy your pens, because when we come back from the shopping break, we're going to play the heads and tails game. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you so much for listening to the videos 3 times. Appreciate it. This is Cliff again. I'm in the foyer at the Clarion Hotel in Abbotsford. We're just going to take a quick look around. We don't want to make you feel bad about what you're missing, but you can just see there's people getting their photos taken in the photo booth over there. We have a a dessert. We have a dessert table going on right over here. We're gonna actually, while people are waiting, people waiting for dessert are usually grumpy people. I don't know if you caught any of my frustration about not eating pizza or not getting appetizers, but we get a little bit hangry. So let's see if we can talk to some of these nice folks while they're waiting. Oh, right here. Oh, this is interesting. Right here we got Nathan Martz. Nathan Martz is actually a staff for Hungry for Life, and his wife Amberly is going to be singing later. So now you can put the picture together. And then Chad, who was in the Ukraine, this is his brother. So they look the same, but different. So Nathan, how long have you been working for Hungry for Life?
Never. I've actually never worked for Hungry for Life.
Why did I think you worked?
It's another story.
All right, because Chad is the one that works for Hungry for Life. You guys just look the same. What do you actually do then?
I'm a mortgage broker, but I am definitely around HFL a lot, but no, I do not officially work for HFL.
Have I ever seen you in HFL off? Is that why I got confused?
Maybe. I am there often. Lunchtime, yes.
Okay, that makes sense. That's why I saw him there at lunch one time. That's why. I'm just so how many years have you got participating in this event?
5, I think 5 or 6. I just want you to know you're actually costing me my spot in the line, in the dessert table line. I'm getting passed now because I'm doing this interview, and now I'm actually getting upset because I'm not getting my dessert.
Do you see how much I care about Nathan's? This is a situation. This is one of those situations. This is like a Western privilege type situation where it's like, oh, I don't get my dessert. People have it worse. We're gonna get you in there. Oh, and here's one of our pen salespeople. This is thank you so much for your time, Nathan. Can we let Nathan back in line here? This guy, see, we want to get him back in line, don't we? Okay, you get back in line. Oh, where's the pens? Come on over here. Oh, sorry. What's your name?
I'm Tatyana.
This is Tatyana. Tatyana's selling pens.
I'm selling pens.
These pens are for the heads and tails game. We're going to play a little bit later on, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Tatyana, have you helped out with HFL before?
I have. Chad and Mary are my parents.
Chad and Mary are her parents. Mine is absolutely blown. That's pretty cool, right? So then you live in Ukraine.
Well, kind of. I live here now, but I did. But now I'm here.
But how long did you live there?
I lived there for a year.
Wow, was that like culture shock beyond all culture shocks?
Oh, yeah.
How's the transition back into you in Abbotsford?
No, I'm in Chilliwack, but it's interesting. Long story, but we're living.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think some people are curious. We'll talk to her another. Maybe is your dad going to talk about you on the stage?
I hope not.
Okay, well, I'll spare you the embarrassment right now. All right, come with me, everybody. That was Tatyana. I know better than to ask too many intense questions of I think a teenage girl, because I have one of those at home, and they don't like talking to adults. That's my daughter specifically. I don't like talking to adults. But that was nice of her to stop, and it's nice of her to help us out. So, hello. Maybe the people at home can help me find someone that looks like they'd want to talk to me. Excuse me, it's putting a little pressure on you right now, but is it okay if we chat with you a little bit? We're talking to all the folks who are watching at home and wondering, have you been to the Hungry for Life event before?
We have, yes.
And what's your name?
Kevin.
Kevin, what's your last name?
Dykstra.
Dykstra. And what's your name?
Karen.
Karen Dykstra. So you are together? Are you okay to standing a little closer together? We're gonna walk with the line because we got some people upset earlier. We'll let the narrator go through. I don't know. Oh, really quick. This is the guy from the video. It's the guy from the video. But we're not talking to you now. It's not about you this time.
Like Sunday morning.
Yeah. It just keeps going. So Karen and Ken? Kevin. So you've been part of this event before?
Yes.
How many years have you been coming to HFL?
Every year since 2008.
Same thing, 2008.
And why do you keep coming back?
Love the cause. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Every dollar goes towards where they say it's going to go. Yeah.
And how have you seen your own personal contributions being impacted?
Yeah, the world around, yeah, they just love what they do, and they just help so many people, and it's just, yeah, every dollar that we give is just gone right to helping those in need, which is wonderful.
Awesome. Do you guys have your eyes on any silent auction items here tonight?
Yeah, he's looking at a socket set and the chessboard.
Oh, you're the chess player?
No, my kids got into chess. I love it, yeah.
I don't even know how. No, our kids do it.
Played them at all?
No, they're pretty good though, but
Okay.
they play each other and.
It's a terrible feeling to lose to your children. I know I've experienced this, and so then I just ask them to leave. It's time to go move out. So anyway, thanks for talking to me. This is Kevin and Karen Dykstra. Thanks for your support. Appreciate it. Yep. So let's keep going. This is, by the way, it's TJ behind the camera. TJ, you want to smile at them for a second? This is, can you do it? I guess it's a gimbal. So look, there's this TJ. TJ in the past has had a very big beard, but he's shaved for you. He's looking for a mate. Is that what's happening? Okay. All right. Okay. Hi there. I hope this is interesting for the people to see the, oh, we got Jessica Goshulak. It looks like she's talking business, but she's the main coordinator of this event. I'd be very curious to see how she's doing. Can we zoom in on her? Do we see her in there? She put all the pieces of this event together. She's doing a lot of troubleshooting. She's making connections. She's making connections with people, helping them figure out what to do. Is it okay if we interrupt this party here for a second? So, Jessica, these are all our folks at home.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining online. We really, really appreciate it. And it does feel very weird talking to a camera.
It does.
Yeah.
But then what we do, we look through the lens, and we know that there's a real person through there, and we try to feel.
I know people. Can I do shout-outs?
Yeah, do shout-outs.
Kadeen, feel better. Rosie and Brent, feel better. Sean and Carrie, feel better. Everyone who's at home sick in bed, feel better.
Yeah.
And Laura, thanks for watching. Andrew, pour that glass of wine for her, okay? That's all I got.
How long have you been working for HFL?
9 years.
9 years.
9 years.
Almost a decade. Do you get like a plaque or something at 10?
No, we get like an extra vacation week.
Wow. It almost reminds me of that time Nathan didn't get his dessert as quick as he wanted to. So we're just making fun of you a bit. Just because that's awesome. An extra vacation week is awesome.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah. How are you going to use your vacation this year, Jessica? We're curious.
These are hard questions. I don't know. Oh, Paris. I'm going to Paris.
She's going to Paris. Oh, hey. No, but this is great. Who are you?
My name's Kelly.
This is Kelly. Kelly, what's your last name?
Ronborn.
Sorry, Wrongborn?
Ronborn.
How do you spell that?
RAHNBORN.
Ronborn. Wow, that's cool. So how long have you been coming to the HFL event?
Probably at least 10 years, 12 maybe.
Why? Why do you keep coming back?
Because it's fun. I like buying stuff. I like supporting HFL. And you?
Well, they keep asking me to come and talk into the microphone, which is really nice. At some point, they're going to be like, Cliff, please don't. I said too many things tonight. And they're going to be like, did we really need to know about your mental health? I don't think we needed to know that. It's okay, yeah. So what you like shopping? What are you looking at tonight?
Maybe some Christmas decorations, kitchen stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any bids in right now?
I do. On a vase.
On a vase. Are any of you folks bidding on the vase right now? Shut her down. That's what we want. We want you to shut her down. Ronborn out. So awesome. Thank you. All right, appreciate it. Man, it's great. Let's. Should we walk through the room real quick? Oh, sorry. Where's your iPad? These are two of our volunteers here tonight. We got Jason. Oh, you're the pilot.
I am the pilot.
You're the pilot. This is
Hi over here.
and we got Ruben Verhey, and Jason's the pilot. And what's your name? Look in the camera right behind you. Those are all the people at home watching right now. They're now watching you. What's your name? He's got his mouth is full, so he's a polite boy. Appreciate it. So you're a pilot. Yeah. You've done flights for HFL many times.
Yes, yeah.
And then talk to us about the lesson you're going to give to a pilot.
Well, you know what? My plan is to take the plane off and just have a snooze. Let you figure it out. It can either go really, really well for you or not so well. But
wow.
I'm going to take it off. I might even do the landing for you. But you get to fly the plane.
Wow, that's the Nick Crump guy, actually, probably that's going to win that. So I'm actually glad he's outbid me now. I feel like I just dodged a bullet. And I don't think that the folks at home are doing the live auction. I'm not sure. I'll clarify that. Maybe we can get that piece of information after. We've done the online auction before, and it's been problematic with timing. But I'll double check, because if you have a chance to bid for the flight, that would be amazing. And then also, if you don't want a lesson, I heard that if you don't want a lesson, you can also just take a nice, relaxing flight with you.
That's right. We can definitely do a custom 1 hour flight around the valley. but I am a certified flight instructor. So just throwing that out there, you are in good hands.
I'd like to learn because I don't like traffic and I just like to go over top of it.
Those moments when you're flying in an airline and they say, is there anyone a pilot on this airline? We need a pilot up to the cockpit right now. You don't want to be in that situation.
No.
No.
No, but has that ever happened to you?
Hasn't, not yet, no.
But you're hoping.
Maybe.
Yeah. And then what's your story, Ruben?
Yeah, I'm Ruben. I just moved from the Netherlands to Canada to start working for Hungry for Life.
Oh, he's Dutch. How gaat het met jou?
Ja, gaat goed, dankjewel.
1, 2, 3, 4, hoedje van. 1, 2, 3, 4, hoedje van.
Papier.
Papier, ah! My parents are Dutch.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Another way of saying they're smokers. What? Ah!
It's the older generation, I guess. That's the older generation, yeah.
It's not a slam on the Dutch reform. I'm just talking about my parents. I'm just talking to my parents. I love them. I'm honoring and respecting them. Mom, Dad, if you're out there, I know you're not, but I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. But Ruben, thanks for your volunteering tonight.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Have you helped anyone with their iPad issues?
No, I just walked away from my iPad duties, so.
Sometimes the best way to help people is to not hinder them. Yeah. Anyway, it's really nice talking to you. I think we're going to take a break and let you go to the restroom, maybe get your own snacks now that you've seen desserts here. Go get a snack. We're going to be back with the program in not too long, another 10 or 15 minutes. See ya.
Hungry for Life. We are back. We are back, and we're gonna get going with our heads and tails game. So if you have your pens, you're gonna want to put that in a place where you can access them. Just want to clarify something. There's been some confusion in the room a little bit about the pick up the tab. Now, if you go on your phone, and you go to the website for the HFLauction.ca, and assuming that the Wi-Fi is going to work for me, which would be amazing, I go to the menu. There's a section on the menu that says donate and pick up the tab. You just click on the donate / pick up the tab, and then you can see there's a straight up donation section where any amount. There's also banking, heat, so then pick up the tab. You pay $30 for security, $40 for garbage, phones, websites, cell phones, electricity, training. So as you donate money to these specific items, then that's the overhead for the organization to run throughout the year. So printers, postage. So they're right here on your phone on the menu. You go to donate / pick up the tab, and you can click on it and pay that way. But there's also a board just outside the door that has the literal tabs right there for you to pick up and pay with. So could I have everyone's attention in the room? I need an assistant, first of all. Oh, awesome. Yeah, awesome. I love it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You know what and what's your name? Julian. Is this how many times have you been here at this event?
Last year online and this year here.
So you got to know HFL online at the online event, yes. And now you're here. Yes. He did it. He did it. So we didn't play heads and tails last year because we were online. Yeah. So basically, you're going to be this guy.
Tails?
Well, yeah. But Julian, I'm going to get you stand down there because there was a number of years ago at a church event, there was a lady, and I think her name was Wendy. I don't know if she's here tonight. She was doing it. Oh, you're there. Oh, my gosh. Wendy, and this is the thing. I almost said any volunteer, not Wendy. Not because you did bad, you did so good, but you were so committed. She flipped the coin and it went down the stairs, and she went down the stairs, but not you didn't fall, but it was basically the next pick up the tab would have been pay for Wendy's medical bills. That would have been it was dicey. So basically, you'll flip it and then you'll tell me what you got there. Okay?
No, you catch it. It will be Jay-Z. Yeah, oh yeah, that's great. That was a great practice, and let's see there. Oh, that's good, and that's heads. That's awesome. That was great practice. So now hang on for a second. Now what I need everyone to do, everyone gets to play. Everyone gets to play, so everyone can stand up. Everyone stands up, and then when I say 1, 2, 3, Julian's gonna flip the coin. So before I get to 3, you need to have your hands either on your head or on your tail. Please don't make me explain what tail means. Okay. All right? So, but we can't have too much talking. It's gonna get crazy in here. Okay, you ready? Julian? 1. So put your hands on your heads or your tails. 2, 3. Good catch. It's tails. So if your hand was on your head, sit down. If your hand was on your head, sit down. Now, here's the caveat. If you have a pen and you just have to sit down, you can spend your pen, put your pen down, and you get to play again. Okay? So we're gonna count down. You ready? Put your hands on your heads or your tails. 3, 2, 1, flip.
Tails again.
Tails again. If you have a pen, do you have another pen? No. All right. Put your hands on your heads or your tails. 3, 2, 1.
Heads.
Heads. Yeah, good job. Heads it is. Tails, sit down and be quiet. All right. Wendy, you're still in this. Did you buy some pens too? No, you're just going all the way without a pen. That's amazing. How many of you still have pens left? Just let me know. Put your hands up. Oh, yeah, that's how it goes. All right. I didn't count. We'll do it. We'll just hold it there. We're fine. 3, 2, 1.
Heads.
Heads. Tails down. Put your tails down. Oh, Wendy's out. Did someone buy you another turn? Who's your benefactor? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Wow, you have a sponsor. Wendy, you're a sponsored heads and tails player. That's amazing. You're like a pro athlete. Wow. Do you tour? Are you touring? Are you on the circuit? Man, after that injury, it wasn't an injury, it was a near miss. That could have ended your whole heads and tail career. All right, okay, ready? 3. Be a distinct heads or tails. No trickies. 3, 2, pick one. 1, 0. Tails. It's tails. Sorry. You're waiting to the last moment and everything, and you chose wrong. That's embarrassing. All right. Okay, heads or tails? 3, 2, 1.
Tails.
Tails. It's gonna go faster now. It's gonna go faster. 3, 2, 1.
Tails.
Tails. Oh, sorry. This fella just had to sit down, but can I tell you something? You've got the best hair in the room. It's fluffy, it's full, it flows, it's everything. So I'm sad that you had to sit, but I'll keep looking at you every once in a while. Okay, all right. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Tails.
Tails. Oh man, more pens. I love it. Yeah. Oh my. Did someone else? You're just doing it. How many pens do you have left? 0. You got 1. How many? Oh, there's this side of the room is done. So we're just these. There's only 3 left. All right. Okay. Just these 3. What's your name, sir, in the back? Tyler. What's your name? Miss Shayla or just Shayla? Miss Shayla. Cool. And then we got Wendy. Oh, and you got someone behind you too. Jacqueline. Awesome. You're related. Oh, really? And are you two related by any chance? Are you at different tables? It looks like you're together, just by the position. So it's fine. You're okay. The dude behind you's bigger though. So just saying. Just saying. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Okay. So you're related, you're not related. Okay, it's fine. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Tails. Wait, no, not winner. We got Michaela and we got, what's your name? What's your name? Jacqueline, come on up. Michaela and Jacqueline, coming up to the front. Come on, we got 2 left. This is the... Can I have the... And we're gonna switch it up. I think we've done this before. Can we give Julian a round of applause? Thank you. Can I get you stand in the front here? Stand in the front. You don't have a pen left. This is your you have a pen left? Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. But sorry. Do you think so? Because of pen? There's always a chance. I was gonna do something, but you're not evenly matched. Julian, is it okay if I do one flip myself? Okay. If for some reason, I would suggest doing something different than what she does. Okay, I don't mean to mansplain that to you, but I've been around this game for a while. I don't want to say I'm an expert, but whatever. What else do you want to know while we're here? Child rearing, cooking. Okay, no, it's good. Okay, all right, here we go. You're talking about it? You're negotiating? So Jacqueline and Michaela. Okay, ready? It's tails. It's tails! Jacqueline wins! You're going on a helicopter ride with 2 of your friends. Can I ask you a question? Yes. Are you taking Wendy with you on the helicopter ride?
I'm going to take my husband and Wendy.
Oh, Wendy wins always. Wendy's a winner. All right, anyway, you can have a seat. Congratulations. This is, who lent this to me? This is the guy at the back. It's yours now. Here, I almost threw it. And it was gonna go wrong. That nice lady right here in my line of sight, that would have been you. It would have been your face, and then I would have felt so bad. Okay, all right. Anyway, congratulations, Jacqueline, you won. And now I need to see where I am in the program. This is great. We're done the game. We're gonna play another video. So we're rolling into our program. We're gonna play another video, and then after that video is done, Mr. Chad Martz is gonna come and talk to you. All right? Thank you.
Wait, what just happened? Where did this chapter come from? This isn't how it's supposed to happen. Where did this injustice come from? Bombs and tanks and missiles and guns. People's homes are gone. Families torn apart. Where did this come from? This story was supposed to have a happy ending, but what do we see? Apartments split in half just for a bit of land? And is there any sanity left? And now winter comes with no food or fuel. Why is all of this happening? All right, let's take a step back and remember. 19 years of history, plus many more where God has set a plan. Connections being made over decades, tens of partners being trusted, and distribution locations ready to go. This was not all built up in a day. On February 24th, Russia invaded, ripping away land, homes, and families that weren't their own. And immediately, HFL was on the ground. Within hours, plans were made. Within days, a team was set up. Within weeks, a warehouse was filled. Within months, 1,000 tons of food was delivered. Relationships bring the passion that is necessary for this type of work. When the vehicles are empty, the doors closed only so that they can be refilled and opened once again. These aren't one and done trips. They continue and continue. We return again and again. And we don't stop. We don't stop filling those buckets, drop by drop. The time spent with people, hearing their stories, sharing the burden of their pain, going into the danger that is their lives, and showing them that they are not alone. This is incalculable. Time and time again, partners are risking their lives, their families, their homes to help those who need it. Why am I staying? Because I'm a pastor. How can I leave when there are people that can't?
Just give me a sec. For those who don't know, it's actually nice to see a lot of familiar faces. I haven't seen a lot of faces in a long time. But for those who I have not met, my name is Chad Martz, and I'm the Director of Operations here at Hungry for Life, and one of the co-founders as well. So just full disclosure before I share, as you can probably see, when I was asked to speak at this year's event, I was in Ukraine and said it wouldn't really be a problem. However, being back in Canada and while preparing for tonight, it took me so long to take this amount of information and fill it down to 15 minutes. To deal with the war, like I very much compartmentalized things that were going on around me and preparing for this kind of forced me to relive those events. So if I can't make it through, I just want to apologize beforehand. But as I talk about Ukraine, what is the most important thing for me, though, is to share about what God has and continues to do, and how this event tonight is one of the anchors that enables us as an organization to respond to the injustices of the world. So I do need to give a little bit of context. Our family moved to Ukraine in July 2021 because of multiple events that we didn't fully understand at the time. We needed to move out of a wonderful home that we had been blessed to live in for 14 years. 15 years ago, we had purchased property in Ukraine and started building a home, and we needed to finish it. And because of COVID, I was already working from home at the time, and my wife, Mary, who manages HFL projects in Ukraine, would be in country to do her job. And our daughter, Tatyana, was only going into grade 11 and not actually her graduating year. So we took the opportunity to move to Ukraine to complete our home. Well, things were tense along the border with Russia for a while, and we had time to process what we would do if Russia launched a full-scale invasion. And we really didn't think that Russia would fully invade, but still we prepared and had project funds available so we could respond if the unthinkable actually happened. Now, it's one thing to plan to stay. It was another thing to process when Russia launched the attacks across the country. So why did we stay? How do you leave when it's within your ability to help so many people? We were in such a strategic geographical location. We could run the operation, gather supplies and equipment, all while personally hosting those fleeing from the war. It's important to understand our work was primarily in the East for 19 years, caring for widows, poor families, orphans, and disabled. They were not just random people receiving help. They were people we have long-term relationships with. How can you just leave people? I was asked a few times if we had our go bag ready, but how can you take that go bag and just go? There's just not enough time here to even begin to share about the scope of panic, fear, and chaos during the first 5 weeks of the war. There are many refugees arriving to churches, our house, people we didn't even know. We didn't know whose side they were on or if they were Russian infiltrators. Many family members were leaving for Europe, not knowing when we would ever see them again, some whom we still haven't. At the time, Mary's brother-in-law, John, was attending seminary in Kiev that came under attack, and nobody knew what would happen to, or what had happened to him, as we couldn't reach him for 3 days until he actually just showed up on the front doorstep of ours. Nuclear power plant being taken over, it's fear. Family members breaking down under the immense weight of pressure, not eating, being told that by suppliers that food was going to run out, fuel was running out. Waves of refugees, elderly, disabled, personally witnessing families being torn apart as children and wives left the country. We drove daily by the military base and saw spouses and children saying goodbye as loved ones preparing to go to war. Just like in the movies, but this is no movie. phone calls and messages pleading for help, Kyiv being surrounded, so much trauma, people going through unspeakable horrors of war. An elderly mother and daughter fleeing the fighting by taking refuge in the subway where thousands of others were. No heat, no place to go to the bathroom. Infants, women giving birth among rats and pets. People took chances to go through the active battle to try to get to the west. Making it through the fighting, spending 4 days on the road, and finally arriving to our house, and after 7 days of not eating, we put a meal in front of them. And the one woman still couldn't eat. She just sat in the corner of the room shaking. A family being evacuated from the village in the north were told to jump out of the vehicle if it came under fire, but the young man in the van said he couldn't jump out because he was disabled and couldn't have the use of his legs. This is people's realities. At the start of the war, 117 people from the orphanage were heading to our area after successfully making it through the fighting and needed a place to stay. Where do you put that many people in a moment's notice? People being dropped off by taxis at our home, people in cars on the side of the road asking for help because they had no idea where to go. What do you do with all of that? There were times we couldn't even breathe. Because of the enormity of the situation. This is life and death. This is a David and Goliath story, but not a story we read out in the Bible. This is one that's happening right here, right now. This is the second largest army in the world attacking with the goal of denying a country and its people's right to even exist. There was no time to process. The need was immediate. For the first weeks of the war, we lived in absolute chaos and fear. Over the past 19 years, I've traveled to a lot of places and I've seen a lot of hard things in an effort to combat the injustice of the world, but I've never seen the sheer volume of evil that was unfolding in front of me. But you know what? I could spend an entire evening talking about the horrors of the war, but you actually wouldn't get to hear about the other side. You wouldn't get the chance to hear about the amazing, unbelievable, collaborative response of a nation, and more specifically, how the local and global church responded. First, we focused on dealing with the massive amount of people looking for shelter. We partnered with 10 churches that house 1,000 people by providing mattresses, food, clean water, and other supplies. We began purchasing food from local stores as fast as we could, then quickly moving to wholesalers and factories so we could purchase even more as the number of calls we received quickly increased. We needed to expand in a hurry, so we surrounded ourselves with a team. We secured 2 warehouses, one near our location and one in central Ukraine. Refugees who were staying with Mary's family quickly became the warehouse crew, and we secured a local operations manager who had 14 years of experience with purchasing and transportation. There was European logistics to handle and humanitarian aid coming from Europe through the borders, volunteer drivers risking their lives to travel out and into communities to bring much needed food. We then needed to purchase large quantities of fuel just in case we could no longer get those vehicles transported to where they needed to go. We were flying around 100 miles an hour with little sleep, and as I was driving, not that this happens all the time, but God spoke so clearly. Do you see it now? Do you see why I brought you here? Do you see what I was doing when Mary and her family quartet was touring Ukraine over a decade after the fall of communism? This instantly became the distribution network for food and supplies across the entire country. Do you see why I brought you here after 15 years to finally finish your house 1 month before the war broke out? Do you see it now how I prepared you and Mary for this since you first met 25 years ago? Do you see it now why I moved you from your home in Canada? Mary and I were not trained to fight militarily, but for 19 years we've been trained how to best respond to what was taking place in the Ukraine, fighting evil with good. And speaking about our 100% model, the value of $1 given to HFL and how far it actually went to respond to the crisis is simply unbelievable. We were providing a way for local churches and individuals who were risking their own lives to drive out of their areas and back in to care for those who had no access to food. We did not buy a fleet of Sprinter vans. We had people using their own vehicles. We didn't need to rent out an office building because we used our own home as a headquarters. We had 2 warehouses donated to us and refugees volunteering to process, unload, and load vehicles. Together with thousands of individuals who gave and dozens of organizations who partnered with us, collectively, we have provided over 1,000 tons of food. Conducted over 650 deliveries by local volunteers and implemented through 40 different local partners all across the country, including conflict zones over the past 9 months. All of that has provided emergency relief to around 650,000 people, and we are not stopping there. There have been some big numbers for HFL in this response. However, the numbers don't paint the full picture or depth of the overall impact. The numbers don't reveal a driver who has risked his life over and over to go into the areas that are under attack to provide food for individuals. When one of the drivers calls you that the Russians have almost completely surrounded his city and blew up the only remaining bridge after he had crossed it. But his biggest concern was not his own safety, but how he could get back and get more food for others. The big numbers also don't show the time taken in distributions to sing to people, share a meal with the person, come back with a youth group to clean up the rubble, or a men's construction team to repair a building. This summer I was with one of our partners in Bucha, standing by a father who had just come from the front lines after 4 months of fighting. He was given a leave to look for his son who went missing in the early days of the war. His family was fleeing while under attack, but the grandfather forgot his medication. His son went back to the apartment, but he never returned. We met him right after he identified his son's body, after it was removed from the mass grave. While we stood with him in this moment, his wife called from Poland, where she and their daughters were as refugees. She asked him, "Are you really sure it's him?" "It's really him, I'm sure, my dear." He told his wife not to come to the funeral because his son was actually so badly tortured that you could barely recognize him. And our partner gives this man his phone number and offered to go to the funeral so he would have someone to grieve with. This is the depth of resilience and commitment I'm talking about, selfless giving of themselves to stand with someone who they just met. A group of 20 and 25-year-olds living under constant attacks and choosing to stay so that they can help those who are in desperate situation, traveling 16 hours one way to pick up a van load of food, declining our offer to stay and rest at our place because they needed to get food back to those who were hungry, doing this numerous times, risking their lives. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law, John and Nadia, who many of you know here, who are one of the remaining church leaders in the city that is being bombarded with 20 to 100 rockets a day. And this is not past. This is happening every single day. We check our phones every day to see if it's their house that's been hit. This has been happening for 4 months, not to mention the Russian-controlled nuclear power plant located just 6 kilometers across the Dnieper River. You know what? They refuse to leave because there are too many who rely on them for support. They are a beacon of light to those who are enduring incredible suffering. And just a few weeks ago, we were in the newly liberated areas in the Eastern Front Line. People were walking around lifeless and literally came running to receive whatever it is we had to give them. 7 months under occupation. No clean water, electricity, gas, lack of food, or communication. One of the babushkas there was asking Mary, "Can you please convey a message to my family in the West who do not know that I am alive?" Imagine that's your family. 7 months not knowing they're alive. And this is the reality of what people are facing. But you know, HFL has been at war with injustice for 19 years. And when the war in Ukraine broke out, we were equipped to respond in a way that none of us could have imagined only a year ago. And this is our God. And what is done here at this event continues to enable us as an organization to respond to the most effective and efficient way possible. This event, in addition to each staff member and their supporters, is a major contributing factor to enable Hunger for Life to do what we do. With the overwhelming need, especially in the first few months of the war, when you're standing right in it, the response seems like it's only like a drop in a bucket. However, being back in Canada, I've had time to reflect on just how significant the response was and continues to be. We provided a way for people in the US and Canada to immediately and effectively respond to what they were seeing happen in Ukraine, to reach those who are trapped in their homes and apartments in the middle of fighting, provide fuel for vehicles to those evacuating people, providing food for those escaping by train, distributing food to people living in the subways under bombardment, providing for those who had just lost their jobs because their factory was destroyed, providing refugees for those who had their homes destroyed, providing our own personal home for partners to temporarily remove themselves from the constant fighting, providing help to people needing to get across the border, providing jobs by sourcing and purchasing all the food that we distributed all within Ukraine. And getting food into deoccupied territories, conflict areas, food for people stuck in bomb shelters, and even into Russian-occupied territories. The list goes on and on. And this is the way that we are collaboratively responding to the war. Together, we respond to evil with good and love to those going through their most traumatic times in their lives. This is what we are doing. As an organization, we made the choice not to run from the injustices that are taking place, but to run towards it. Not just in Ukraine, but all the nations we serve around the world. And there is no way we could have responded to the degree we were able to without what happens here. It just doesn't happen. This fundraiser is an anchor for the incredible impact we have and continue to have in Ukraine and around the world. To end it by saying thank you seems so hollow. So I want to convey the gratefulness of hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians. Ones who we've met personally and the ones that we'll never meet. Enabling us to respond for those who have and to continue to go through the horrors of this war. I do say thank you. Thank you for enabling us to do this. And to bless so many people during their most difficult time. Thanks.
Good evening. My name is Amberly Martz, and this is Tatyana Martz. And for those of you who don't know, Tatyana is Chad and Mary's daughter, and I am Chad and Mary's sister-in-law, so Tatyana's aunt. And we're going to be singing a song called Drop in the Bucket, fitting. And this song is mostly inspired by the situation over in Ukraine, even though it's not unique to just Ukraine. On a trip I took to Ukraine with HFL this fall, A local told us the price of a coffee for you can feed us for a week. And that really hit me. Over here, I know I have felt, and probably a lot of you have felt, useless. How can we help? What can we do? Most of us don't have the opportunity to go move to Ukraine and to help there, or move to any other country, Haiti, Kenya. But this is what we can do. We can give. We can give our time. We can give our prayers. We can give our gifts. And we can give our money.
So do you. Help them out the way
this is what we do with our questions burning. We put a drop in the bucket. So this is what we do when we don't comprehend this senseless hurting. We put a drop in the bucket. While we are gathered here, people there are filled with hope. It's in the air. A better day is coming soon.
Stepping off that plane again, back on home turf. What is next? Leaving people in their positions overseas, it feels wrong. Something is different though. The wheels are turning and the bucket comes back to mind. What new ideas can form? These people that we met, how can we feed their hunger more, fill their buckets more? How can I be fed more? The smiles on those faces, the thankfulness of their hearts. It's so much more than just a missions trip. It's so much more than just a drop in the bucket. It's impacting someone's life. It's changing yours, mine. Well, a lot is happening here. 25 countries, 285 teams, over 19 years. And each of the stories that you hear tonight are not finished. As of right now, HFL is active in 14 countries, over 55 projects, and just for Ukraine, they have raised over $3 million. HFL's job is building relationships. Each face you see tonight, each story that you hear is someone they are continually connected with. And you know what? This is just the beginning. God's work isn't done. There are new staff, new projects, new countries. This is just the beginning. Hungry for Life is growing and becoming more effective through each year, as well as helping other organizations become more effective as well through full well leadership. You being here today is part of that. HFL's 100% model is not possible without this event each year. So thank you for being involved in all that we can accomplish. Why not help others get involved in the story next year? You never know how your drop in the bucket will make a world of difference.
So a month and a half ago, I too was on this trip, staff trip to Ukraine, just taking in the sights and the sounds and the stories of war. In every corner you turned, there was a new story of tragedy. And in the down moments that we had, I would open up my laptop, answer a few emails, and keep doing my work, which was helping plan this fundraiser. And I thought, I figured it out. I know how to get to our goal, and that is just to teleport you all to Ukraine so you can see for yourself. And while we know that's just not possible, we knew that we had to come here tonight and do what we promised our friends around the globe that we would do, and that is to tell their stories. So thank you for coming tonight to do just that, and let's listen to these stories. Not just of Ukraine, but of the tale of two hungers, and how your involvement impacts the world. And tonight we recognize was a sacrifice for you. There was a million places that you guys could have been on this Friday night, but you chose to come here, and we really appreciate that. More than choosing to come here tonight, we saw a lot of people choose to show up this year in a big, big way. And we saw over millions of dollars over the last 6 months come in, and we could honestly hardly keep up. It was insane. In fact, if you see Christy, our finance girl, please check on her. She might not be doing so well. No, she's great. She's right there. You rock. It's quite something, though, to see the manifestation of God's words when he talks about the body and how every part of the body is a valuable member. And when I think of you all, I think of that verse, there are many parts but one body. Hungry for Life is one part of that body, and you are another part of that body. And it's been such a blessing to work together collectively for that one purpose. As mentioned in the videos tonight, we are here to act as a guide for God's work. And as it says in 2 Corinthians, we do not have the right to claim what we have done or that we have done anything on our own. God gives us what it takes to do all that we do. So first and foremost, we thank God for what has happened this whole year and what is happening tonight. And last but not least, oh, sorry, I missed a part. So as we wrap up this evening and you are still thinking, how can we help? Well, for starters, you can go outbid your friend on that item that we all know belongs to you. So keep bidding. Cliff is going to announce the final 10 minutes after. The second way, and quite importantly, has been mentioned already, it's the pick up the tab, which is at the back over there, or just on your app. You can just go to the donate part and pick up a tab. That would be greatly appreciated. And last but not least, we have our live auction coming up. It should be exciting. There's a couple of fun beastie destinations. A couple other fun surprises, one that really might get me into trouble, but we'll see how that one goes. And yeah, thank you again so much. It's been really great to see everybody in person. There's a lot of people here, and it was really great to not have to, like Cliff said, talk to a camera for this year again. So thanks again for coming. We really appreciate it. And enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thanks, Jess. Yeah, so it's the live auction time, and I gotta be honest, on a personal level, it's an awkward transition. I'm not gonna lie. It's because that was incredibly powerful, and it feels like a lot of our contributions, like was said, is like a drop in the bucket. What can I really do? And I know it feels silly to echo it again, but that's what's in my own heart, right? And so when I look at that little rain thing we did at the very beginning, everyone's little sound, everyone's little swish and tap, tap, and clap, clap, it turned into being a big kind of storm in our midst. And that's kind of the idea. It's the opposite. It's what we did when the flood happened. Everyone came around, supported each other. Similar things were happening on a very micro scale in terms of shipping supplies and water and toilet paper and all those things to people. People were ripping up and down the Fraser River and boats, and people were loaning their planes for flights, and it was awesome. It was really incredible. Yeah, we all play a part. We all fit. No matter how silly our gifts are, they matter. So we're going to do a live auction. I would love, it has the potential of taking a really long time, but it also has the potential of going really fast. And the more you bid on stuff, the quicker we will be done. And that would mean a lot to me because, like I said, this is an awkward transition. The first item up for bid is Sasquatch Mountain. This is a 4-night stay. What was so funny in that situation? What? No, honestly, what was so funny? Sasquatch Mountain, and then you guys laughed. Well, I'm not done. You gotta wait for a sentence to complete. He laughed on Sasquatch. I guess I'm breathing in between my lines. I'll stop breathing. It's a 4-night stay in a luxury cabin on Sasquatch Mountain. There you go. No long weekends, no Christmas, New Year, subject to availability, but it is 4 nights, and this is a 2-minute walk to the chairlift. You see the little map there? It's like 2 minute walk. 3,800 square foot luxury ski and ski out mountain retreat for your winter or summer vacation. Okay, this is a $1,000 a night property, and I want to tell you about the beds so you can know how many people. Okay, king size bed sleeps 2. That's 2. 2 twin beds sleeps 4. That's 6. 2 twin bunks sleeps 4. That's 10. 1 queen bunk, queen mattress, top, bottom, plus twin, that's how many sleeps up to 5? So 15. 1 queen sleeps up to 5, that's 20. Rec room on ground floor, 3 futon, that's another 12 people. So this is like a multi-family vacation potentially, right? This is a family reunion stop. So can I hear 2,000 off the top? Just 2,000, that's easy. Is that your hand that went up there? That little boy's hand, you're gonna wanna tie that down. But who wants to bid on this? We've got 7 items tonight. Okay, that's 2,000. Do I hear 3,000? Let's just jump up to that right now. 3,000. Do I hear 4,000 for that? Back to you, 3,500. Does that feel better? I love that. Thank you. See, I will work with you. 4,000. That's great. Awesome. That's great. There we're good. All right. 45. And then I can keep reading through the things that are here. That was the beds. But let me tell you, the 9-person hot tub, right? I mean, personally, I like it like 1 or 2 people. Like it's kind of where, but that's like, if you're 1 person in there, that's like you do laps. So that's nice. And then you can like the jet, you can swim against it. So you can get actually like a workout. You can do that. That'd be fun. 6-person infrared sauna. I think that means that you can see through your skin. I don't know exactly what the infrared does, but it's warm. Games media room, heated ski locker with dehumidifier, heated patio, Weber barbecue. I have an app. I can help you download that on your phone, and you can learn how to cook every meat. My barbecue game has totally changed. It's really good. So anyway, so where were we? We were at 4,000 over here. I'm wondering about 4,500 over there. You can have like 45. There it is. You know what? Everything I said about you, Mr. Crump, take it back. I take it back. 45. Do I hear 5? 5,000. Do I hear 55 over there? Does anyone else want to participate? Anyone over here want to say 5,500? There's a table over this table right here. I think you guys, if you all went together, you could. Do you know each other at that table? Are you familiar? You will know each other so well after this 4 nights. But there's still lots of room, right? You can have a bunk bed, you can have a bunk bed, you can have a bunk bed, and there's still more bunk beds. Not to mention the futons. What about your table? Your table with this table, and that you all fit in this place. And you can take, your table can use the hot tub from 7 to 8. You guys can go 8 to 9, and this could be the late hot tub shift. Right? We can work together. We're at 5,000 over here. Do I hear 5,500? 5,500. Do I hear 6? 5,750. Do I hear 6 over there? We got 5,750 over here. Do I hear 6 over there? We're doing 250 increments because it feels better, doesn't it? It's at 5,750. We're looking for 6. Don't make me do 100 now, because then with the 50 mixes, it's going to really mess up my brain. Like, the fact that I've kept track so far is amazing. That's 6. 6,250? You can charge your family. You can charge them so much money. He's like, actually, that's 6,250, 65? You're done? You're done at 6,250? That's okay. You can be. I'm not judging you. I'm just asking. I'm not currently bidding right now. I don't know if you've noticed. I can't judge you. These ladies are going to their bank right now. So, I mean, like, that's a hug of, I'm giving you my life savings. And that's thank you. You're such a good friend. I love that. By the way, if you leave, I will comment on it in some shape or form. I love you. It's my mom. Okay. So we're done at 6,250 there, I think. Is that what it was? 60? No, we are 6,250 here. And you don't want to go to 6,500. Does anyone else want to go to 6,500? But you're at 6,250. So you would win at 6,250. But you stopped at 6,000? What if I said, we're going to reduce your rate to 6,000? And this is the only time it's happening. You're down to 6,000. And you get it at 6,000. What if I said, you get it at 6,000? And you get it at 6,000? How does that sound? Do you feel good about that? You get it at 6,000 and you get it at 6,000. Are you good with that? You don't want it anymore. You changed your mind? You're just messing with this guy to make him, because if you jump out now, he pays 6,250, and that 250 is gonna get you all murdered over there. Do you want it at 6,000 or you change your mind? Because we'll just sell it once. You want it? $6,000, $6,000, boom! Okay. And I didn't even tell you that there's dishes in all of the cupboards. Oh, I should have told you that. You got parking spaces up to 4 cars. You're gonna get all the information. Like, I didn't even sell it as hard as I could have. Oh, wait, should we start over again? Sorry, deal's off. No, all right. Okay, next one. These are all gonna go faster now, please. But that was great. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right. 2 tickets to the Seattle Seahawks versus the LA Rams plus hotel. This is January 8th. This is week 18 of the NFL season, this last regular season game. Right now, the Seahawks are leading the division. Does anyone care? Just need, okay. Gino, don't even talk to me. 3 downs and punts. Come on, get out of here. I'm not supposed to judge people, but that guy, it's the HFL. Okay, anyways, fine. Rams are currently worse in the division, which is amazing, but they're last year's Super Bowl champs. Their record is 3-6, which is bad, but it's early. There's still a lot of time. So anyway, the point is this 18th game, this division rivalry happening on January the 8th has the potential to be a really amazing game because it might actually matter. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So who wants this? Does anyone just want to yell out a number at me and we can start? How much? 2,000, did you say? 1,000? 1,000. That helped me. Okay, 1,000. That's great. Do I hear 1,250 anywhere? You get a hotel too, by the way. You get a $200 credit to a hotel, plus the game, plus the excitement of it. And I will make myself available to join you. I like football a lot. Geno Smith is really surprised us, hasn't he? He's played pretty good. He's played really good. Metcalf is loose cannon, but that makes it exciting because you never know what he's going to say or do, and you never know what his hair color is going to be. And I love that about him. My wife was similar in college. She's like, just never knew. She'd be blonde, she'd be red, she'd be black. It was amazing. And that's how she won me. And now her hair is dead. Her hair is totally dead. And it's weird. My wife is bald. No, she's fine. She's good. She's good. So we got $1,000 over here. Anyone else want $1,250? Anybody else want to bid on this side? We got $1,000 going once. $1,000 going twice. Anybody else? Where? Who? Yeah, hand. Thank you. That's $1,250. Great. Thank you for jumping in. 15. We got $1,250 over here. Do I hear 15? $1,250. Do I hear 1,500? Is that you that am I looking at the right person? I'm looking at this lady in the red shirt. Is that the red shirt lady there with the blonde hair? I'm looking at you, but maybe it's not you. Who is actually the person that bid? I'm going to come closer. Who bid originally? The $1,000? Just someone yelled 1,000. Could you just lift your hand up? Oh my gosh, please lift up your hand. We have 5 more items after this. Who did 1,000? Oh, Jessica. $1,250 is to you right there. Do I hear 15? No, why did you? You want 15? Okay. 15, do I hear 16? Yeah. 17? Okay, so you go together. Do you want to stop then? $1,600 going once, or do you want to bid up just more for fun? Or do you want to take someone else now? Do you want to change your mind and just? Oh, now he wants to go. Well, just take whoever you want. You win it, and then who's that guy to you? Are you related to that guy? Yeah. Is he your brother? Cousin. Okay. Well, who cares about him? Go with this guy. Who's this guy to you?
I'll stay back and watch the hotel. It's all good.
Okay, you're going to go to the hotel too? Are you going to do like the mattress on the floor kind of thing? Sheets in the bathtub? I don't know. Are we 1,600? Do you have it right now? It's Luke, right? Do you want to have the credit of winning? I have it at 1,600. You have it at 1,600? And do you want the credit of winning? Or do you want the credit of winning? Because the thing is, if he gets it at 1,600, he might not take you. Because he's got his buddy. He's got his don't say, yeah, sorry. That's up. 1,600 going once, 1,600 going twice. Sold to 1,600, and these two, no game for you. Okay. 1 week in Estoyus. Enjoy this private lakefront family vacation home in Estoyus. 5-bedroom, 2 baths, perched up over the lake with a walk down to the dock, has the charm of an older house with recent modern updates. Room, 1 king. That's 2 2 singles. Oh, it sleeps 12. Thank you. Is it your house? Sleeps 12, guys. It's right there. Thank you for, wow, that was almost the plant. Okay, awesome. Subject to availability. It must be between September and June. There you go. So, but that's great. That's a great season to go, like Christmas. There's no sandy beach, by the way, but swimmable from shore. So that's even better because then there's no sand in your bed. So, all right. Do I hear $1,000 for that? This is 1 week. This is a week. $1,000. Easy peasy. Who wants it? 1 week in a Soyuz. Hand up. There we go. Do I hear 1,500? 1 week in a Soyuz. Sleeps 12. Okay, we got $1,000 over here. Do I have 1,500 over here? 1,500. Do I hear 1,750? Got 1,500 over there somewhere. 1,750. Are we gonna go back to the back? 1,750. Where were you? There you go. 1,750. Do I hear 2,000? 2,000. 2,250. I keep forgetting where you are. There, I found you now. I'm not going to forget where you are. You're behind the lady in the red shirt who I was looking at earlier for the Seattle Seahawks. So we got 2,000 over here. Do I hear 2,250? 2,250. 25? 25. Do I hear 26? Whoa! Sweet. Okay. I don't know what to do now. 3,000. That just changes all the increments. That's amazing. So do I hear 3,250 over here, sir? You want to go up from 3,000? 3,250? Thinking about it. It's a week. It's 12 people. You doing the math real quick? How much will 3,250? They're talking. Yeah, 3,250. Thank you. 35? Sir? I want to hear you yell it, though, the way you did last time, because it came out of the blue. 3,000. I loved it. It was very compelling. So we got 30. You, sir, how many people are you going to take? Are you going to fill all 12 people? You bringing them all? Who's the other 10 people? Is that your table that it's all going? You guys all going together? Okay, that's good. 3,250 going once. 35? 35. Do I hear 36? How high are you willing to go, sir, if we could just end it? Honestly, that would be sweet. What's your end point? What about you? What's your end point? There's not 2 of them, I promise you on this one. No tricks, no baits and switches. Is that a 4? 4,000. What about you? Just say 45 is going to burn him so bad, he's going to be like, what? Okay, we got 4,000. Where do you want to stop? You're done? But we can take it. You good with 4,000? 4,000 going once? 4,000 going twice? Sold for $4,000. Thank you so much. Okay. 1 week in Shuswap. You want to go Shuswap? Hey, buddy. You want to go Shuswap? 1 week. 3,000. Let's start there, shall we? 1 week, waterfront condo, Shuswap. This gym has 4 bedrooms, sleeps 8 fewer people. So you can cut a few of the people you were going to bring out. So that's actually more value, because you can get to cut some of the people that you don't want. Enjoy the quietness of shoulder season, aka September to June. Take the family. July and August is not available. So yeah, that's September to June. Got it. No pets. Is that going to be an issue? Don't want pets. I hate pets. If you have kids, having pets is redundant. That's what I say. It's like, how do you say, my kids want, they want a dog, and they're like, how do you say no to your kids? They're so cute. It's like, what I do, I put my hand on their shoulder, I look into their eyes, and I say, no. If you want to, add some flair, you can go, ha, 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 no. And then the idea that they had, it goes away. And I did that. That's the power I have as a father, is to take away the dream. And it feels good. It feels good. Not every dream's a good one, guys. Anyway, so we have 1 week stay here at this lovely place, Shuswap. $2,000. How about it? You in? You want to go to Shuswap? No, you don't want to go to Shuswap. You want to start lower? Is that what it is? 1,000. In at 1,000. Do I hear $1,500 from over here somewhere? There it is, 1,500. I've missed this side of the room. What is it about the shoe swap specifically that is so much more appealing than the other places? Sorry? You like shoes. I like how you operate. Because we're going to be trading. Okay, I got it. I like puns too, sir. That's fantastic. So we got 1,500 over here. Do I hear 1,750 over here? Cool. 2,000? Awesome. Do I hear 2,250? Cool. Remember when we started at 2,000 like earlier and you didn't want to do it? And now you're just like, 2,250, sure, like no big deal. Remember I said, let's do this quicker, and you were fighting against me on that. I will wrestle you. I mean, I don't know, you look thicker than me. So anyway, 25. 25? 2750. It's just like, sure, just do that again. Sure, it's like so casual, it makes you feel really approachable. You got the man bun, it's just like everything's easy with you. Like it's all like, oh, it's cool, man. All right, all right, all right. You know what I mean? Like it's just good. So we got 25, 2750, 26, 26. I love the relationship you two have. He's like, I don't know, baby, what do you think about this? And you're like, well, as the keeper of the accounts, you did just buy that really expensive hair product. But baby, I'll make it up to you, I promise. Okay, 20. So you good for 2,600? Was the shoulder shrug good? Yeah, was it sure? Yeah? Okay, 26, 27. Over here, back over here. Julian, do you get to go on this trip? But are they going to take you, Julian? Because I really think you deserve to go on this trip. You've added a lot of life to our night tonight. Can we give it up for Julian again? Yes. Okay. All right. So we're going to wrap it up. So we got 26 over here. Yeah? 26? I'm looking for 27 now. 26 going once. 26 going twice. Sold for $2,600. Awesome. Thank you. Now, that is all of our trips. All of our getaways are done. Now it's on to handyman for a day. Any guesses on who the handyman for a day is? We are auctioning off Luke Goshulak. Luke Goshulak was not told about this before this event. Luke Goshulak is not available on weekdays. But on the weekend, he's available for 6 hours of handyman work. Well, I was gonna get there. I was gonna reveal it. And Brandon, if I could add that voice also. Sounds like Brandon's gonna be pumped to go out and do some handyman work for 6 hours on the weekend. And Brandon, yeah, Brandon, you should come. You should come. You're not Brandon though. You're the cousin. Where's Brandon? You have was that your wife that yelled out, Ann Brandon, or was that your mother-in-law? I don't want to be in trouble with the family. I'm going to stop talking. I get to go home. You have to live with them. But you come to my house. Okay, so we got Brandon and Lucas. That's 2 dudes with skills. Basically anything construction, lawn maintenance. He's done irrigation in a garden, which is really good. Doesn't want to do electrical or plumbing. But what about Brandon? Does he do electrical and plumbing? Brandon, do you do electrical and plumbing? You could try. Odd jobs around the house, hanging picks, wall mounting TVs, any laundry to clean. No, he won't do that. Jessica's like, oh, he won't do that. And actually, but you know who would? Jessica. We're going to throw Jessica Goshulak in here. Jessica Goshulak. So while the guys are outside or inside doing the construction stuff, she's going to make you a meal for your family. She'll vacuum. And I'm not being sexist here. I'm just doing the things that I know. So Jessica is also part of this deal. And then your parents, one of your parents, are going to watch your kids that day. All right? So it's all good. She will work also for maybe 3 hours. 3 hours. Okay. All right. Good. So you get all three of them. But the one who says, and Brandon won't be there. She won't be there. That's worth even more. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I've been so good tonight. I've done so good. I feel like I've done good. Don't email me or the organization. All right. So who wants this? Who has a job around who has a job that you need done? This is you have one? You have a job you need? Higher than them. So like 3,000? You good for 3,000 right now? Yeah, 3? 35? No. Oh, you just want a 3,000? Anybody else? We have 3,000 right here. Do I hear? Oh, your hands up. What's that? How much are you paying there? 3,100. Okay, 32. 32, 33, 34, 35, 35. Yeah, 36, 37. Yeah? Just give me a head nod. 38. You want her too? And Brandon. Well, then you got to pay 5,000 for that. Are you good with 5? I'm asking you. What you want to? You good with 5? 5. You want to go over? No. 5,000 going once. You getting 2? I don't know who that person is. It could be a random person. It could just be an administrator, someone who caught wind of it. We don't know who she is right now. And Brandon, can you please reveal who you are? And Brandon. And then, okay, awesome. And what's your relationship? Are you? Oh, Brandon. Okay, good. Woo. We got 5,000 sold right over there. 2 couples. Wow. Let me tell you, that is going to be one family bonding weekend. You can split up the days though. It's like maybe you'll work it out. You'll work it out. And what's your name? Sorry? Chad. What's your last name, Chad? Gertson. Chad Gertson. Why did everyone go, oh? Is he operating like a mine or something? Is he extracting cobalt from the depths of? Okay, all right. Sounds like it's going to be a fun day for you guys. I don't know. Thank you so much, Chad, for your generosity. That's awesome. So give it up for Chad. Sounds like some of you owe Chad an apology. I don't know. Okay. We have Appy Night for 16 people. So one of the people who won the Sasquatch, you can have them. Having a small party. Let There's an Appy for That take care of your catering needs with this night of gourmet appetizers by Jessica and Kelly. Kelly and Jess have been doing this for 7 years together. Kelly is the expert. Jess likes to eat. Examples would include prosciutto, peach flatbread, bacon jam, goat cheese tart, Korean wings, pulled pork sliders, olive brie tapenade on garlic crostinis, churro waffles, homemade donuts, and so much more. 16 people. It's 1,000. Do I hear $1,000? Yes. What's your name? Matt, after he got that first bid, he said, yes, I did something. So just so you know, this is very important to Matt. I love that. You did it. Thank you. Okay, we have $1,000 here. This is Appies for 16 people. They do travel. They do travel like throughout the lower mainland, if I'm not mistaken. How far will you travel coast to coast? You got to put a little bit of a barrier on it. Langley to Hope. There you go. Where are you at, Matt?
Oh, yes.
Chilliwack. You fit within the demographic. Yeah, you're good. Do we have someone from Langley to Hope? Yes. Okay, it's $1,250. Do I hear $1,500? You don't have to have anyone else with you. You can just eat all this food by yourself, Matt. You can. This is a nice party. This is potentially holiday. Oh, we got over here. What do you say? You're saying 1,500? We got 1,500. 1,750? 17. Do I hear 2,000 over here? We're up to 2,000. 2,000. Whoa, boy. This has exploded. We got hands popping everywhere. 2,250? Okay, 25. 25. Do I hear 2,750? 2,750. Do I hear 3? 3? Yeah, I heard it. I don't know where it is, but I heard it. 3,250 we're looking for now. Matt, are you back in? 3,250. Do I hear 3,500? Matt, you back? 35, yeah, 3,750. Yeah, okay, yeah, look around, 3,750. Do I hear 4? 4. Do I hear 4,250?
42.50? I don't know. Yeah, 40. Do I hear 45? Oh, and they're back there. Okay, 45. I'm looking for 47.5. We're at 5. Do I hear 6? Just, you know what? Whatever. Let's just go crazy. Do I hear 6,000? Okay, 5,500. 5,500? We got 5,500. What? You put 2 in? Oh, wow. So we were at 55 over here, but does anyone else want to jump up? You're good for 55? But does anyone else want to do it at 55? Did you guys want to do it at 55 back there? No? No. 255, and you don't want to do 3 of them? Because I think that guy would do 5. Would you do 5 back in the back? Whoa, what are you doing? What's that? 50. Oh, we got a third one at 55. You can't do 3. That's too many. Do you know? Go. Okay. Okay. Well, let's do this then. Okay. Let's just push it up then. We have 3 people. We're going up. Sorry. So, 55. Do I see 6 across? 6? Do you 6? Okay. What about you? Are you still in at 6? Yeah. No, we're doing 2. Yeah. We got 2 6s now. Do you want to jump in on this? I've never had this kind of party fight ever. Like, I don't even like olives, so I don't know. So we got 6 and 6. We got 2 sold at 6,000. Done. 3, 2, 1. Wow! To the people at home, we just sold 2 cheese boards for 16 people at 6,000 each. They're gonna go to Costco. Just bring them a platter. It's hilarious. Okay. Nah, they handle each piece of meat individually, so it's it's gonna be wonderful. I know it is. We have one last item. We have one, and after this item is done, then there's 10 more minutes for the silent auction to carry on. Okay. So this is. Do we have it? By the way, do we have the pot? Can we? Is it up here? Oh my gosh, it's right here. That's great. You know, I almost kicked this off the stage earlier, so I'm glad that this is protected here. Okay. Is there someone that's willing to pick this up for me that I don't have to do it? I'm just scared. I'm scared to break it. Okay. Oh, it's Tatyana. Can we give Tatyana a huge round of applause for singing? That's the pot. Okay. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Great singing.
Oh, man.
Yeah, okay. So this pot was taken by Chad. You met him earlier. He spoke very passionately and very articulately. It was beautiful. Thanks again, Chad, for sharing today. Not you, Chad. But the pot was taken by Chad within days of, do you say it Bucha or Bucha? Bucha. Within days of Bucha being liberated. It comes from what they now call the Street of Death. It comes with stories and sounds and sights and smells of war. This is a priceless item. So Chad and Mary went to Bucha within a day or two, of course, as I said, of it being liberated. So much wreckage and destruction, and they picked this pot up from what they now called, it's like the slideshow. I said it twice. But this piece of art is small. The artist is Faye Martin, and it's etched into the background. I don't know if you can. Oh, the art piece is coming with it too. This is separate. Oh, that's good. So this is by Faye Martin. Etched into the background is a map of the Ukraine. So, you can see kind of like the whole surrounding area. So if anyone wants this piece, they can actually come and take a look at it, or we can pass it to you, however you want to do that. But 2 priceless items, and we'll start at $1,000. Yeah. Do I hear $1,500? Do I hear $2,000?
You don't hear 2, but you hear 5.
Okay. 5,000. Thank you. Does anyone want a bit higher than that? 5,000 going once. 6,000. Just got 6,000. Do I hear 7,000? 7,000? Do I hear 8,000? So did you say 7,000? Because your head was doing this. So okay, good. I was just double checking. I'm not a professional auctioneer. I don't know if you caught that. And I'm like, I appreciate the subtlety of it. And then I'm like, I don't want this guy to, come after me and my family after this event is over. Okay, so we got $7,000. I almost kicked off this plant again. 7,000 going once. 7,000 going twice. Sold for $7,000. Thank you so much. You want to bring it? Yeah, bring it to him. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tatyana. So we have 10 minutes left before the silent auction comes to a conclusion. And there's no more programming that takes place after this point. I'm just going to double check that. Go back to my little handy dandy graph I have here. No, it's just post-show loop and music. Silent auction closes in 10 minutes. It's just going to be gathering together, chatting, eating more things, whatever. Can I just say again, thank you so much for being here. We see the stories happening over there, and apart from a handful of the people here that have gone to the Ukraine, it really is just an Instagram post, and it's just a news story. And so to have Chad here and share, and to see images, it means so much. And so I hope that we'll take that new little push that we all just received here today and engage more intentionally and more deeply and realize that our small contributions, our drops in the bucket, will actually have a major impact over time. So thanks so much for being here. It means a lot. And thank you so much to the HFL team for putting it all together and for sharing your hearts and your passion and your work all over these years. And of course, it's not just Ukraine, it's the whole world. So thanks so much, everyone. Good night.